what's going on with you all? Thank you for tapping in with me again today. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Cleveland. So welcome to the Fish Corner. So we're gonna make this video quick, sweet, get straight to the point. Now, have y'all ever heard of the Parachromis Dovii? If you haven't, look them up, do some research. But this is a massive cichlid. This thing gets about 27 inches, also known as the rainbow bass, and it has a horrible stigma attached to its name. Now, these are my favorite fish. It's my channel mascot. It's the fish that I have in my logo, the circle with the fish corner. My favorite fish of all time. Now, I want to go ahead and set the record straight about this fish. Now, many people believe that you got to keep these fish alone for the duration of their life. You could possibly put a female in there with them, but you got to divide them, all this different stuff about them. Well, I'm here to tell you that I've been keeping this fish for over 10 years, and I've always kept this fish with tank mates. Now, I've had more than one Dovii. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not getting lucky. If I was lucky, I would have hit the lotto by now. But what I am is persistent, consistent, and I'm very curious about the nature of this fish. And I take some chances too as well, right? So these fish are monstrous, very aggressive, and I will agree that you could only put them with certain tank mates. Certain tank mates are only allowed to go with the Dovii. Now, people try putting all different kind of fish because they say, oh, this fish is aggressive, this fish is aggressive. Oscars, no. Flower horns, no. Jack Dempsey, no. Pretty much rainbow cichlids, cichlids, all these different fish, they tend to be aggressive, right? Red tiger motoguins, jaguar cichlid, all these are aggressive cichlids. But I'm telling you, if you put them one-on-one with the Dovii, you will have problems. You're not going to be able to keep it like that. Matter of fact, you probably won't be able to keep any of the fish I named with your Dovii at all. Hence, this pond right here. Now, in this pond, I have my Dovii that I've had for about 5 years now, maybe 4 or 5 years now. Always had them with tank mates. The same ones, some of the same ones, I got some new ones, so I've been able to add in other fish. Some of the same ones that are in this pond with him right now. I'm gonna give you the secret recipe to making sure that you're able to have tank mates with your Dovii. This is the secret, y'all. I'm about to finally give up. I'm gonna give up all the details. I'm gonna just give you my secret. I've mentioned it in a few different videos, but we are going to isolate that and talk about that right now. Now, before we go and take a look at these tank mates, I want you to understand the reason why you could select these tank mates and the reason why it's worked. So, the buddy carperi, that is an African cichlid, also known as a zebra tilapia. Another fish that people will say can't put with any other fish. It's going to kill everything. They get large, they are very aggressive, and that fish is another fish that if you put with the Oscar cichlids, the flower horn cichlids, all these other cichlids, it will be problems. I will tell you that. I will definitely tell you that. The buddy carperi is one of the most insane fish I've ever kept, even far more so than a Dovii. They're relentless. Another one, the Midas cichlid, red devil. Those are two different fish. They look similar, but the Midas cichlid is another fish that you could keep with the Dovii. Now, you won't just want to put one. Put a couple of Midas cichlids with that Dovii. Equal in size, depending on how big your Dovii is, depending on how aggressive it is, you could go bigger. Midas cichlids, that's another fish that people say you can't put with anything else, it's going to kill everything. I'm here to tell you that it works. So long as you start off with those two fish, or 3, 2 red devils, 1 buddy carperi, and the Dovii. Those 3 with that Dovii, that's already a tank right there. They all get big, they'll grow together. You know, they can be fighting between the Dovii, and matter of fact, it could be fighting between all 3. But now this is when you're able to add in some other fish. The red-headed Bapo pike, that works. You could put in there Arowana if your tank is big enough. That works. Then you got options. Now let's take a look at this pond. I want you to see, some of y'all know about this pond already. This is an 800-gallon pond. So let's take a look at this pond. I have a bunch of different fish in here, ranging in sizes from the small hybrids that are about 3 inches, 2 inches, I have some pikes in here that's about 12 inches. I have some pikes in here that's about 7 or 8 inches. So we have some fish in here ranging in size. We got 2 buddy cofferii. We got multiple Midas cichlids in here. We have a Dovii cichlid in here. Pretty much all the fish that people say that you can't house together. And this is going on years, almost 5 years. I don't know how long it takes for someone to be convinced, but if I can't convince you after 5 years, then you just don't want to be convinced. So let me just dive into this pond and let you know how it works, and so you can see for yourself. Let's do it. All right, y'all, so this is the pond. There is my star of the channel, my mascot, my Dovii. This Dovii is probably about 13, 14 inches. Next to him, that dipped off, is my true red tear, my female feste. Now they bred, I don't know where she's at, but now there she go right there. Now they bred, and I have a bunch of Dovii feste fry. Still have a bunch in a 180 gallon aquarium. You see that big Midas right there? That is one of my Midas cichlids. You see that buddy cofferii? Now that is the bigger of the 2 buddy cofferii. He is massive, about as big as the Dovii. And then there's my other buddy cofferii. As you can see, they are both big. The one that's more gray is the older one, which is more, and he is definitely more aggressive. But look at the Dovii. Absolutely beautiful. You see the greens on the fins. The fish that keep photobombing us that is my 2-foot silver arowana. Now down here, we have 2 more Midas cichlids. Right down there is my 16-inch red-tailed giant gourami. Over there is my larger red Atabapo pike. That's not looking too red right now, but that is my red Atabapo pike. Has to be about 11 inches or so. We have right there my African pike. His tail sticking out right there is my clown knife, 16-inch clown knife. There's my smaller, right there, red Atabapo pike. That one is probably about like 6 inches, maybe 7 inches. Now, like I said, we have fish in here ranging in size. And I can't point out any of these Dovii feste fry right now, but they are in here as well. So what I'm telling you is that when you have the right recipe, the food come out good. You want to have your Dovii with other fish, it is 100% entirely possible. I've been doing it for so long, since I've kept this fish. I've always had him with tank mates, and before him, I had other Dovii that I kept with tank mates as well. And I start off with the same few, the buddy cofferii and the Midas cichlids. You could do a red devil as well. Start off with those. You could throw in there a red tear, a red tiger motoguins, a jaguar cichlid. Now look, there go one of the fry right there. That's one of the Dovii feste fry right there. That's it right there. So you can throw all these different types of fish in there. Look at the giant gourami. You could definitely throw other fish in there. You just got to make sure that the tank is big enough. And if it is, it won't be as much fighting, as much bickering, because when I had the Dovii together with the buddy cofferii and these other fish in the 240, it was definitely a constant squabble because the tank wasn't big enough. I realized that once I put them into this pond. Once I put them into this pond, all that subsided. They still fight every now and then, but it's never to the point to where I gotta separate one. I gotta put a divider in or any of that, like how I did with the 240. And also having here red-tailed catfish, Asian red-tailed catfish, and I have in here red-tailed bricon. So as you can see though, it's a bunch of different fish in here, and they are all living pretty much peacefully. So peacefully that my Dovii and my feste bred. So just wanted to just let you know. So I just wanted to shed some light on the stigma surrounding the Dovii, the Parachromis Dovii cichlid, because I want more people to start keeping these fish. A lot of people are really shunned away from these fish because they hear all the horror stories. Hopefully, I was able to show you a success story and show you that it is definitely possible to have a community setting with one of the most amazing, large, aggressive, and beautiful fish that's in the hobby, the freshwater side. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I want you all to judge for yourself. You've seen it for yourself. And when you see these other videos of people having these one fish in the tank by itself and see that it's extra aggressive, most fish will act like that if you keep it in the tank by itself. Matter of fact, each one of these fish that I just showed you, if you put them in a tank by themselves, they'll act like that. You know how to remedy that? If you have an extra large Dovii that can't get put with anything else, I challenge you. I challenge you. Why don't you go grab 3 other fish that's bigger than that fish? Don't even have to be killers, but just 3 other big fish that's almost compatible with aggression. Put them in there. I bet you he don't kill them all. I bet you he end up with some tank mates. Or take that big fish. Hopefully you got another big tank. Put that big fish in another tank with other extra large fish. Sometimes the fish got to be bigger than the aggressive fish. Sometimes you got to put multiple fish in there with the aggressive fish. Or take that fish out and put it in a tank with multiple aggressive fish. You know what I mean? It works. I had somebody that donated a fish to me that was a red devil that was by itself for years, and it was killing everything because he kept putting everything in his tank, and he put them in there one at a time, and they're smaller and things like that. I took that fish and I put it in my one tank, and all of a sudden he had tank mates, you know, until he passed away. So just don't listen to all these naysayers online. Do your own research. Challenge yourself. Don't sit up there and allow your fish to just kill everything or let anything just kill your fish. You know, you gotta observe 100%, but don't be afraid to try. Like I said, this video is about me showing you that one of the most infamous fish on YouTube, or one of the most infamous fish out there for being super aggressive, having to be by themselves. And like I said, I hate that this fish has such a stigma. It's the reason why a lot more people don't own these fish, but they are awesome. If you want a wet pet, a Dovii, Parachromis Dovii is an awesome wet pet. Now, I'm not gonna hold you any longer. As you can see, I gotta get to work. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you learned something. I hope that you were inspired by something. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Just let you know whenever I upload any videos. If you enjoy these videos, hopefully you wanna subscribe. Now, I hope you all have a blessed day. Enjoy yourself. Get to work. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Oh, yeah. If you like the video, like the video. Catch you in the next one. Peace. All right, y'all. So we almost at 20K. We almost at 20K. I appreciate you all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share the content. Help us get to that 20K. Also, follow us over on TFC with me on TikTok and YouTube. That is our other channel, Behind the Scenes. You get to see all the behind the scenes content. Aida's in charge of that one. She's been doing a wonderful job getting ahead of me. So if you want to get ahead of me too, you got to follow over there. But again, I appreciate you all. Let's get to that 20K. Have a good one. Peace.